Hi guys, I would like to address a very important thing. Many people start low carb diets or remove processed foods or go on very low carb diets such as ketogenic diet and experience something that in ketogenic community is called keto flu. It has nothing to do with keto, it has nothing to do with flu. However, what people are experiencing typically is headaches, nausea, lack of sleep, extreme cravings, weakness, tiredness, way more than you're usually experiencing, or they start experiencing those things and they didn't have them before. Why is this happening and how to avoid that? So, what is happening, we are now becoming low on our electrolytes. Some of you know what it is, some guess what that is. Most people do not know how that works, so let me explain what it is and what are we doing about this. For our body to function, we need minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. If anyone was ever hospitalized or been in ER, most likely they had IV in their vein, which was bringing water with sodium. And that is because our heart will not run without sodium. Basically, no sodium or potassium in your heart will stop. Now, there's huge fear of sodium due to different scares and what typical medicine tells us about high blood pressure from sodium. However, if you look at the research, you will not find any evidence of sodium being a cause of high blood pressure. Why is that? Because sodium regulates your blood pressure. If you don't have sodium, you basically don't have any blood pressure and you die. Now, for our body to function properly, for our heart to pump energy, blood, minerals, vitamins, everything that gets going into the blood, we need proper blood pressure, and blood pressure is regulated by sodium and potassium for the most part. Now, for that to work properly, we need to have water, sodium and potassium in correct ratios. Otherwise, we get all those symptoms that I just mentioned previously. Many people experience those symptoms at all points in life, regardless to their diet, because they are lacking minerals or they don't drink enough. Let's talk about what happens when you eat typical Western diet. You eat a lot of processed foods, so you will have a lot of sodium and potassium in your food because those are preservatives that are very commonly used. You have a lot of sodium because it's used for flavoring. You will have many different kinds of potassium because they are also used for flavoring. Now, let's pair that with typical higher blood sugar and higher insulin on a typical diet, which will keep your insulin not in a good place, and it will affect your kidneys, so you will not filter out liquids well. In addition to that, you will have inflammation, which will make sure that you retain more water. In addition, when you have a lot of carb, you retain water just to retain carb in your body. So all in all, we hold in our body a lot of liquids, but we do not let them go out in an efficient way. Why? Because again, we keep our insulin high, our kidneys don't work well. As a result, we retain liquids, we raise our blood pressure, and with that retained water, we keep the electrolytes in. Now, what happens when you remove processed food from your diet is that now you don't get all that sodium that was there before, and if you're using a lot of that, you will start being deficient. If you're removing carb from your diet, now you're removing inflammation, so you lose water. Now you're also removing a certain amount of carb that you typically hold on your body, so you're removing water, and then we deplete ourselves from water storages along with nutrients, along with minerals, along with sodium and potassium. And what happens is now suddenly you wake up with a headache, you are very weak, you cannot move. Some people get to ER because of that, they get IV and everything works. Now, how do we avoid that? And it's very simple, but it's very controversial because many people will say, oh, I'm not taking any sodium. But the truth is that without supplementing sodium and some potassium, you might be in huge trouble. You might not be able to function. Some people stop their really good diet because of that. Some people black out, some people walk around with huge headache for the goal of getting leaner, and all of that for no reason, because the only thing that you can do about this is either to go back to your crappy eating or to start supplementing minerals. How do you supplement it? Number one, you can take measuring quarter teaspoon and consume about 5 portions a day if you're not very active, and that will start helping you. You will feel like suddenly you have a ton of energy, your headaches go away, you're not tired, you are not crashing, your brain functions amazingly. Not everyone wants to do that, well, at least in the beginning. For some people, the concept of taking some salt will be very foreign. For some people, it will be very easy. Second option is to put some sodium in your water, and again, for some people it will be fine, and for some people it will be terrible because that will be very salty in the beginning, then you get used to it. I personally prefer on my wake up to take half a teaspoon of salt twice, because this is the amount I need. I know I will function good. I also take that during my training, between the meals, and before I go to bed. That's me. This is how much I need personally. For everyone, that will be very personal amount, and it will adjust based on how your day goes, what temperature is outside, if you train or not, how active you are and such, and how depleted you are of nutrients. When it's hot, you will need more because you sweat more and you deplete sodium. When ladies are on their period, they need more because that requires a lot of energy to switch between hormones, and then again you need more. And many times the symptoms that ladies experience of headaches and cravings, it's not because they are quote-unquote having period, it's because they are low on nutrients during that transition. Ladies who have issues when they are pregnant in the first trimester and having a horrible situation with headaches and vomiting, that is also lack of nutrients. When I work and prepare ladies for pregnancy and I guide them during the pregnancy, we avoid that by guiding and building very strict sodium and minerals protocols, and then we can avoid all of that morning sickness that ladies have during the first trimester. Now, third option is for people who don't want to deal with this, don't want to eat by the spoon, don't want to add salt to their water, don't want to even think about this, they want it nice and easy, and that is supplementing minerals. How do we do this? There is supplement that can help you with it, has all 3 minerals. It's called Element, LMNT. Okay, that thing has packets. Each packet has 1 gram of sodium, 200 grams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium, which give you all your electrolytes in right amount and in right ratio for you to feel amazing. If you take this supplement, you will thank me, you will thank yourself, you will feel great. This thing tastes amazing. If you use it even in a bar instead of a drink, it will taste like a great margarita. They have different flavors. This one, for example, is spicy. I love spicy cocktails. I don't drink anymore. This gives me that flavor. They have many other flavors, and if you are looking to try that, definitely check out the link that I will put in here. I hope that helped. If you get any benefit from what I was saying, if it opened your eyes to anything, if you feel better as a result of listening to me, I would love to hear feedback. Please leave me comments, please write to me. I will be grateful because I really want to give you some benefit. If you ever think that you need help with your nutrition, with your performance, with your energy, if you ever need help with your health and wellness mindset, you know where to find me. You can message me on Instagram, on Facebook, on my website. Thank you so much, guys, and until next time, stay salty.